And we're back with One Punch Man chapter 213 as the battle with a My Mask escalates. Holy cow, is this a gory chapter. Lots of intense action. Murata was definitely flexing with all of these panels. Some of these shots are just so darn cool, and my goodness, look at a My Mask's face, dude. It looks like the skin is just hanging off the bone. Holy. Ugh. Before we jump in, guys, I am working on Anime War 2. I have hired a whole bunch of animators. If you want to support the project, please help us on patreon.com/mastarmedia. Also, my book is finally out, Demon Rush Omnibus 1, the complete all 15 chapters in a huge, beautiful 7x10 book, hardcover. It is gorgeous, and it's available right now on Amazon, 2-day delivery, link in the description. Pick one of these up, I'd really appreciate it, and it makes a great gift. Okay, let's jump back into the chapter here with a My Mask on the cover. No Fubuki and no Tatsumaki in this chapter or the cover. I'm surprised, Murata. Typically, he puts one of the females on the cover if they're not in the chapter, but he wants to show us here a My Mask, how pretty he is before his transformation, because, yeah, I just showed you a picture of what his face is about to look like, some mashed up pizza or something. And as we saw at the end of the last chapter, the fight with Pesky Clown continues to escalate as seemingly a My Mask and Pesky Clown are getting stronger and stronger as they continue to duke it out. And this guy, Pesky Clown, is remarkably strong for a monster, even more so because everyone is filming and he's getting all of this attention, which makes him even more powerful. So like his power is the more attention he gets, the stronger he gets. And a My Mask is trying not to let out his monster form because everybody's watching, and that will ruin his whole image. So he's trying to win without transforming, but it's not going to work, and he's going to be forced to start unleashing the monster within him as this battle heats up. Now at this point, all the bystanders still think that they're filming a movie or this is staged. They don't realize that Pesky Clown is a real monster, not only a real monster, an extremely powerful and dangerous one. And so they're putting up on all the big screens in the city showing this battle go down, which is going to make Pesky Clown way stronger. The more attention he gets, the stronger he gets. And now this fight is being broadcast everywhere. And so as the battle progresses, he's going to get continually stronger and stronger. And this is going to force a My Mask to also get stronger by releasing more and more of his monster form. However, he's trying not to do it in public. He still has the hero image, the handsome, sweet, super attractive mask that everybody loves and fawns over. So here he's just going to transform his arm so that he can snap out of Pesky Clown's grip. And it appears to be enough initially as a My Mask manages to escape. But at this point, because it's being broadcast everywhere and Pesky Clown's power is increasing, also his speed is, and here, a My Mask is acknowledging that he has ascended beyond demon level. He's essentially become a dragon level at this point, and he's coming in viciously and ferociously, trying to have a My Mask suffer a pathetic death. He wants, in front of the whole world, to humiliate a My Mask, and even though he's getting stronger, he also kinda underestimates the power of a My Mask. And a My Mask is able to dodge his attack and chop him right on the top of the head. I really love these combat panels. I love the facial expressions out of Pesky Clown, who has such a unique model. I mean, Murata just draws him so cool to make a clown look so evil and powerful. It's pure talent. He's able to grab onto a My Mask's leg this time, and we know that never ends well, because last time that happened, he got ripped in half, literally. Now, Pesky Clown is gonna just straight up Hulk him here and smash his face down into the concrete, and it does not look good for a My Mask. At this point, I think the bystanders know that maybe this isn't a movie, because a My Mask is just getting crushed here. The clown's saying, I want everyone to see how pathetic you are, and so he just repeatedly smashes a My Mask's face into the cement over and over and over again. And that's how we eventually get to that picture where his face looks like a pile of dirt or something. It just looks awful. Now everybody is watching and they start to faint and everything. This is being broadcast on all the big screens. The complete annihilation and humiliation of a My Mask in front of the entire world. His image as Sweet Mask is pretty much over at this point, as, man, the whole world is witnessing this guy just get his face smashed into concrete like 1,000 times. Lord. But My Mask is able to kind of twist his body and throw a kick, and this kick slices off Pesky Clown's ear. So even well after all of this damage he's taking, he's still able to counterattack a pretty powerful blow, a lightning speed kick so fast that it cut off the monster's ear. But then we get to see his face and what it looks like after all that pounding, and Murata, my goodness, dude, like, how do you even draw this stuff? So, oh my gosh, dude. So, My Mask gets punched really, really hard in the gut, flung directly towards the Ferris wheel. You gotta remember, they are in a fairgrounds right now. He's gonna slam into that extremely overly detailed Ferris wheel that probably took Murata an entire week to draw, or maybe he got an assistant to do it, I don't know. But you know, sometimes Murata with his landscapes, he just goes crazy with the landscape art, and like, I appreciate it. Truly. I really wonder how long it takes to make those, or if he has some tricks to make it faster. At this point, the Ferris wheel is starting to tip over and it's going to fall on a bunch of people, and My Mask acknowledges here that he is going to have to release his human form, transform into full monster if he wants to save everyone. So he's going to have to sacrifice his career and his image in order to save people, and they're probably going to hate him for it because he's going to look so ugly. And so he sees this Ferris wheel falling, he remembers Saitama and the things Saitama said, and his courage and his strength, and My Mask here kind of has an inflection point where he has to make up his mind. Is he going to sacrifice everything to save people, or is he going to maintain his image and let people die? And that, you know, it's really human versus monster, good versus evil, and he kind of has this inflection point here where he has to decide, and he's going to make the right choice, which is to save everybody regardless of, you know, how he's going to look. And we're going to get to see here what his monster form actually looks like, and it's pretty crazy. It's not the full form yet, it's coming up here in a sec, but you can kind of see like what it's going to look like, and everybody is going to start to freak out. We see that the Ferris wheel has been stopped, someone is holding it together, some bulky looking form. That is My Mask who has released his transformation, and you can see as like this half his face is transformed, his muscles are huge. It seems like half his face is still human, so I guess he's in the process of releasing it, and he'll probably go full monster next chapter, or maybe not, and maybe this is the extent that he goes, but I'd like to see him go 100% in the next chapter. And yeah, that's what we have. Pretty cool chapter here. This is like the My Mask mini arc, and I like that, you know, he had to essentially come to this critical decision based on the story of his character and make a very powerful choice. The choice of sacrifice for good or the choice of greed for evil, and he chose good. So we're gonna get to see this battle continue even more in the next chapter, and that's all we have for today, but we should be getting a trailer for One Punch Man Season 3 any day, I believe, or maybe some more content. So make sure you guys are subscribed with notifications enabled so you can get all the information as soon as it's released. I'm Mastar. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one.